Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dragons Den at Lake Orion High School to witness the contest between the Lake Orion Dragons and the Clarkston Wolves, the boys varsity basketball teams of either school. I'm Teddy Hirschfield alongside my partner, Adam Schrader. Adam, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well, Teddy. Thank you.
Absolutely. Coming off of a game from Unified Basketball, we're obviously in a great mood, and we're ready for some boys varsity basketball now. And this is go right into it. I mean, the Clarkston Wolves coming off a 10-1 record into this evening, and the Dragons 4-7. So right off the bat, what are your thoughts on for either team?
Obviously, Clarkston are heavy favorites in this game, Teddy, and they have talent from top to bottom. Just mentioning off the top of the bat, Fletcher Lawyer, Matt Nicholson, and Keegan Waslick for the Clarkston Wolves.
Yep. And looking at Matt Nicholson, we just found out he's going to Northwestern next year to continue his collegiate career. So he's obviously a basketball player that you got to look forward to. But, I mean, just looking at his numbers, he's 7'1". He's just a very tall, massive person, and he's obviously controls the paint really, really, really well. And, he's someone you got to look out for. So, coming off a 10-1 record for the Wolves, I'm assuming their mentality is going to be, let's just play baseball, we know how to. For the Dragons, let's move over to them. What do you think their mentality is?
Their mentality is, and I talked to some of the players, they want to play this game for personal pride. They want this game to be an upset. They're playing for the upset, Teddy.
Absolutely. And, when you look at, 4-7, they get a win, it's 5-7. It's not much of a difference. But from a 10-1 to 10-2, that's a big difference in the record. And like you said, it really screws up Clarkston's record more than it would benefit the Dragons.
Yeah, for the Dragons, they have to play very mistake-free basketball if they want to have a chance to win this, because Clarkston can convert off of opportunities from mistakes from teams.
Looking at the starters from either team, for the Wolves, number 3, Cole Donchez, number 0, Keegan Wasilk, number 5, Fletcher Lawyer, number 24, Matt Nicholson, and number 30, Nathan Steinem. Move over to the Dragons here in a second. Fletcher Lawyer has the ball here, tipped and won from the Wolves. Wasilk here. He finds Nicholson and Bodenheimer, and there we go, and we got a charge right off the start.
And that's what you need. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Absolutely, yep. Going to the starters for the Dragons, you got Dylan Bodenheimer, Malachi Granberry, William McClear, Xander Blackney, and Cameron Sutton. And we just saw Bodenheimer was playing defense on Nicholson, but you'll notice here Nicholson's playing defense on Xander Blackney. Granberry to Sutton. Sutton out to McClear. McClear intended for Granberry. Granberry had the cut.
Yeah, just a lack of communication there.
Nathan Steinman into Wasilk. Guarded by Granberry. Wasilk, he finds Fletcher Lawyer. Steinman out to Wasilk. Back to Steinman. To Lawyer. And he got Nicholson down low. And that's okay. You can see Xander Blackney there trying to get the charge, but that's what you got to have. Like you said, you got to make him feel uncomfortable. You want him to be tentative to go up with it. Granberry now. McClear. To Granberry. He finds Bodenheimer underneath. Bodenheimer guarded by Wasilk, and he finds Sutton. Sutton with the long ball. Tipped. Bodenheimer comes out with it. Tipped 2 or 3 times from Nicholson, but Bodenheimer will come up with it, and the Dragons now have a second opportunity here. Granberry to Sutton. Sutton thinks about it. And he finds Xander Blackney. Xander Blackney guarded by Nicholson. Bodenheimer guarded by Wasilk. To Sutton. Guarded by Lawyer. Fletcher Lawyer, the brother of Foster Lawyer. Sutton goes up. That'd be a little awkward, wouldn't it?
That would have been.
Wasilk coming up with the ball now. Granberry with the defense. Wasilk, he finds Lawyer. Lawyer out to Donchez. Donchez to Steinman. Back to Donchez. Donchez goes up to give and go. Nice backdoor cut, and there we got a timeout from Lake Orion coach Joel Schroeder.
Thanks to Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Broadcasting, you can watch LOHS sports live all year. We've got a full schedule of varsity basketball, hockey, and more this winter, plus concerts and ceremonies. It costs $10.99 per month to watch sporting events, and half of that money goes back to the LOHS program. Be sure to designate Lake Orion High School when you set up your account. Get started at www.dragonbroadcasting.org. ONTV thanks our student crews for their hard work and dedication to bring Dragon sports to the world.
Lake Orion coach Joel Schroeder very fired up, but you can see over there Tim Wessilk also fired up talking to the Wolves. And they're coming in here now to break it down.
And for the Dragons, in those first two possessions, they seem to play very good, fundamentally sound defense. No easy points for the Clarkston Wolves.
Granberry now bringing it up. Here comes the double trap. And he runs into Blackney, and he keeps the ball. He finds McClear on the outside to Granberry. Into Xander Blackney. Xander Blackney goes up. Stop from Nicholson, and Nicholson will come up with it. It's hard to shoot over a 7'1" fella. Lawyer, and he finds Steinman underneath. He comes out to Donchez. Donchez out to Wasilk. Wasilk out to Steinman, to Donchez. Donchez wants to go. He finds Steinman out to Wasilk. Wasilk with the long ball. Does not get it. Gets his own rebound and keeps it in. He finds Steinman. Steinman up top. Finds Wasilk. Wasilk into Nicholson. And here comes the dunk there.
Yeah, and that was almost too easy because he almost seemed for a little bit there he was unguarded.
Yeah. Yep. And even when he is guarded, it's very hard.
7'1" frame will get you good looks.
Xander Blackney now to Cam Sutton. Into Boneheimer. Boneheimer goes up for two. Making it 6-2 here. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Clarkston up 4. Steinman to Donchez. Back to Wasilk. Back to Steinman. To Donchez. Into Nicholson. Nicholson, he's got the double team here. Steinman with the long ball, does not get it. And we find Donchez now. He goes over to Wasilk. What I really like is we got a nice double team there from Bodenheimer and Xander Blackney. And, you know, you're going to leave guys like Steinman open for that long ball. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather take a couple of threes from Steinman during this game than 20 or even up to 30 dunks and layups from Nicholson. So, to be honest, I like that play a lot better, is leaving Steinman or another guy on the outside open and trying to double team Nicholson.
Yeah, I would think that's very good defensive game planning from Coach Joel Schroeder for the Dragons.
Sutton into Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer finds McClear. McClear to Sutton. Sutton with the long ball. Does not go in. Steinman now. He finds Wasilk. Wasilk finds Donchez. Donchez. He goes up. And it will be tipped off from the Wolves. He finds McClear. McClear, lots of spinning around. Granberry, and a foul there from Steinman.
Yeah, another thing I want to mention here for the Dragons is that they're playing very banged up in this game. They are down 3 players, 4 if you include Drew Van Heck, who's been out for a long period of time. But this is not going to be easy for them.
Yeah, Nicholas Fisher, he's out sick. Not sure what the sickness is. Caden Colley out. He hurt something in his leg, I believe his knee, the other day. during warm-ups, and Alden Ritt, he sprained his ankle yesterday at practice, so not very good there. And like you said, Drew Van Heck, who's not been in all season. So, yeah, very banged-up team and some really great players. I mean, Fisher, Colley, Ritt, and Van Heck, all great players.
And then for the Dragons now,
Ari Curtis.
yeah, thank you. It's
all good.
Block there.
Donchez now. He finds Nicholson. Nicholson guarded by Curtis and Granberry. And one.
Yeah, I think we were very interested to see how that matchup would go, because we believed that with the shorter bench now that Ari Curtis would get some playing time and see how that matchup against Nicholas would go.
I mean, we've seen generally the same 7 to 8 players get most of the playing time for the Dragons. And, yeah, Brennan Jones, Malachi Granberry obviously is getting a lot of playing time now. Andrew Bryant should be getting in there as well. Mark Smith might even see some minutes in there as well. So, yeah, a very shortened bench, as you said, but a lot of playing time. And I think that'll be good for the Dragons, is to kind of mix it up, That way you got Nicholson down low. He's got to adjust to different guys every time you sub a man in or out. Granberry now. Granberry's going to go up. Does not get it rebounded by the Wolves. That's going to be Donchez now. And the Lawyer with the 3. Lawyer gets it. Now, Lawyer is someone you cannot leave open like that. You will capitalize on your mistakes. Granberry. Double man pick from Sutton and Curtis to Cam Sutton. Does not fall. Now, that was a great play. I really like to see that. You saw what happened there was it was a pick, okay? Normally you got a pick and a roll, but that was a double man pick. And if you noticed, Ari Curtis kind of just moved to the side, and Cam was the one who rolled back away from the basket from that outside shot. It didn't go in, but that's the kind of play that you have to, utilize, especially against a team like Clarkston.
Yeah, you got to pull all the tricks out of the bag if you want to be a team like Clarkston.
It'll be Lake Orion ball here.
And here's a guy that's coming in now that you just mentioned before, Andrew Bryant coming in now.
He's coming in for Cam Sutton. Ari Curtis. And a charge there. Mike DePillo takes that charge. Great defensive play by DePillo, if I have to say. Wasilk now to Lawyer. And he takes the 3, and he'll get it.
And I think that's just his confidence, because he got the ball and immediately shot it, and it went in.
What you may have saw there was a pick from Luke Scherler, making the defense think that Lawyer was going to go around to his left side, but he didn't. He stepped back, and he took that 3. And, again, it's plays like that you always have to utilize, especially in rivalry games like this. Foul there on Donchez. Bonenheimer into Granberry. Granberry finds Jones. And that's going to be tipped from Wasilk, and he's going to have the one-on-one, and he goes up for 2.
Yeah, Wasilk, great defensive play there. He just read the pass, and he took it, intercepted it, and took the ball all the way for the layup there.
Great deny pass indeed. Granberry now. He finds Bonenheimer. Bonenheimer out to Jones. Jones, it'll be tipped, and it will be Clarkston ball. Wasilk again. Guarded by Granberry. He picks him up at half court. He finds Donchez. Donchez into number 35, Luke Scherler. And DePillo takes it up. Bonenheimer with the rebound. No shots, no blood there. Yeah, 2 seconds left here. Granberry with a 3. And he gets it, and it will count.
And that was a good shot. He just pulled one up, and it went in, and that could be a good momentum shifter for the
Yep.
Dragons.
Yep,
Something to build
absolutely.
off of and go in the second quarter.
You know, being down 25, you got to have something to get that momentum, even if you don't get back to 20, but just to eliminate it. Maybe 25 to 18 here by the end of this quarter, something like that. We just got to slowly work. You know, the Dragons not off to a great start compared to the Wolves. The Wolves putting up quite a bit of points, but again, it's that momentum. It's slowly working your way back that's going to be able to at least help them and give them a chance. I mean, sitting at 25, you know, and if they keep playing, both teams keep playing like this, the Dragons don't have a chance. But like you said, the momentum boosting, the things like that, you know, just always shortening the lead. I mean, think about it. And if you always shorten the lead, every chance you get, then eventually it has to get to 0, right? Maybe the game's not long enough, but it's that mentality that you need to have of shortening that lead and giving your team an opportunity.
Yeah, if that shot doesn't go in, the next one will, right, Teddy?
Absolutely, right. We talk about offensive rebounds, resilience, you know, things like that. And that's what I think the Dragons are struggling with a little bit right now is they might be coming into this game a little unconfident. And like I said, I've talked to some guys, and they said Clarkston's a good team. They haven't said we're going to lose, but they've tipped their hats, said Clarkston's a good team. We got to come out ready to play. And we were talking about it. What Clarkston's best versus Lake Orion's best, Clarkston may come out on top, but you got to give yourselves an opportunity. We're getting ready here to start the second quarter. Cam Sutton now. He finds Boneheimer. Boneheimer guarded by DePillo. Nicholson makes his way to the scorer's table. Blackney at the top of the key. He finds Bryant. Bryant with the jumper. Just short. I believe it was tipped. Bryant saying it was tipped.
Yeah, in any way, I don't believe that was a good, smart shot to take, Teddy.
Right. Yep. Very rushed. But once the ball leaves the hands, there's not a whole lot that you can do. Zach Austin with the ball there. He finds Wasilk to DePillo. Wasilk again. He's going to go up. Does not get it. Not sure if Xander Blackney tipped it or not, but regardless, the ball did not go in. Sutton now. Guarded by Wasilk heavily. Bryant. To Boneheimer. Boneheimer thinks about the jumper. To Xander Blackney. Blackney down low to McClear. McClear's underneath, and he'll get 2. And a timeout there from Clarkston Wolves coach Tim Wasilk.
Yeah, and good on McClear. The play broke down a little bit, and he took advantage of the opportunity to get that easy layup, and he converted. Today's game is a copyrighted presentation of Lake Orion High School's Dragon Broadcasting Program and Orion Neighborhood Television. Last school year, the LOHS broadcast program was awarded the title of Best Overall Program in the country. We brought you over 80 live sporting events, and we plan to match that again this year. Plus, you can catch our award-winning daily live newscast, LOAM. Tune in at www.broadcasting.org.
And Nicholson now is going to inbound it. Looks like to Wasilk. Granberry is going to pick him up at half court. To Lawyer. Lawyer to Wasilk. Into Nicholson. Nicholson loses it. 7'1", gotta believe he's got a huge wingspan, but was not able to grab that one.
Yeah, just out of his reach there.
Granberry to McClear. To Blackney. Granberry now. He finds McClear. McClear loses it. A little bit of miscommunication again from Granberry and McClear. A couple of passes in the same spot going out of bounds. Wasilk. DePillo. And the number 14, Zach Austin, back to Lawyer. And Lawyer finds Wasilk. Wasilk thinks about the three. He's going to find Nicholson down low. Good defense there from Xander Blackney. Nicholson, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're going to need that every time Nicholson gets the ball, because if he's left even lightly contested, he'll make layups and dunks every single possession that he gets.
And a shot there, but a travel. Donchez now coming in for Zach Austin for the Wolves. Wasilk now. And the nice give and go there with DePillo. DePillo again into Nicholson. And he's going to go with the dunk there. And that's what you can't have happen. I mean, you know that Nicholson obviously has quite a height over Xander Blackney, and you can't let him get between you and the basket, because that's what he'll do. He'll put his hand up, he'll grab the ball, he'll one-hand it, and go for the dunk.
Yeah, his wingspan and his reach makes it almost a guarantee that if he gets within that, painted 3-4 feet outside the basket, Nicholson's making a layup or dunk almost every time.
And a lot of times, you know, on offense, you tell a guy when you're posting up, get the defender between you and the basket so you can get the ball cleanly, and then you make your move against him. Not with Nicholson, because again, he's got that height. So they say, why don't you switch with him? Why don't you get between the baskets? So once you get that ball over his head, you have a clear opportunity to dunk or to have that layup. Or even if you really are contested that much, you have a beautiful opportunity to shoot it out. I mean, you're 7'1", and your feet probably go to what, 8'4", 8'5", something like that. So really, you know, height is such an advantage in a game like basketball, and many sports, but especially basketball. Boneheimer to Sutton. Granberry with the rebound there. Off the floor. Sutton with the long ball. And not good. Rebounded by Xander Blackney. Had it, but he let go. And it will be the Wolves' ball.
Yeah, good hustle play there, but just couldn't get the ball in his grasp there. That would have been a great offensive rebound opportunity for the Dragons.
Wasilk. Out to Donchez. Donchez with the long ball. Will not fall. Sutton bringing the ball to the court. Great outlet. To Granberry. To Sutton. To McClear. Back to Granberry. Nice pick there by Blackney. And Blackney thinks about it. Boneheimer now, he's double teamed by DePillo and Nicholson. And he wants to go up, and he does, but it'll be rebounded by Nicholson. Fletcher Lawyer now, he's got the three. And he will be fouled. Was worried he was going to get an opportunity to make a 4-point play there.
It looked close, Teddy, but they just going to the stripe for three. And on that last possession for the Dragons, again, I don't think that was a smart shot by Bodenheimer. That was a heavily contested shot, and I think they could have worked it around and probably gotten a better look.
And, you know, I bet you Joel Schroeder before this game told them guys, hey, let's be good on offense. Let's be efficient. Let's work hard. But that doesn't mean speed the game up. That means take quality shots, not the quantity of shots, right? There's always this, you know, all these sayings about quality versus quantity. And we can see it right here. When you try and go for those more shots and you try and go quick, that's what happens is you start to lose those balls. And, you know, Nicholson is probably going to rebound. I mean, I would assume he rebounds 7 out of 10 balls that hit the rim when he's in, so maybe even more. Boneheimer goes up again. That one rebounded by Wasilk. So that was one of the 3 times out of 10 that I was talking about there. DePillo out to Wasilk. To DePillo again. And he's going to go into Nicholson, and Nicholson. And like I said, he's getting himself between the defender and the basket. And as soon as he has that ball, it's very hard to get around a 7'1" guy, especially when he's going up for the slam dunk. And we got a foul there, I believe, on Mike DePillo.
Yeah, and for Nicholson, he is so hard to stop. We can see this till over and over again. but there's nothing you can do with his height, with his wingspan, with his reach. He is going to be able to put to make plays that 90% of people cannot in a game of basketball.
Right. And it's a severe disadvantage, and that's where you got to look to the Dragons. You got to look at guys like Ari Curtis, Dylan Bodenheimer to stop him on defense, but when they're on offense, they got to take those elbow shots just like that. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to take those shots. You can't go up to the basket because Nicholson, let's face it, if Cam Sutton goes up against Nicholson, I would say Nicholson's going to win 9 times out of 10. So you can't use those statistics. You know, you got to shoot from the elbow. You got to penetrate and then stop, take a step back, and take those elbow shots and those jumpers. And Wasilk goes in for 2 more there. Granberry to Bryant. Bryant to Granberry. Back to Bryant. Nice pick there from Ari Curtis. Bryant was not able to capitalize. He finds Granberry. That'll be tipped off from 31 on the Wolves, that being Trenton Church, his first time in the game. I really like that last name, by the way, Church.
Yeah, very unique, but ordinary name.
Right. Cam Sutton getting jiggy with it, and he's not going to finish. Unfortunate there. Wasilk here with the 3. Rebounded by Nicholson. Nicholson lost it, and will be tipped off from Bryant. Bryant saying, I didn't touch it.
But what a move by Cam Sutton to get to the basket there.
Yes.
He is known for his quick little dribbles, and he just put him on showcase right there.
Fletcher Lawyer into Wasilk. Wasilk into Nicholson. Nicholson going up for the slam dunk there.
I think we're going to see a lot of that, Teddy.
Yes, we already have seen a lot. I mean, that was his 4th or 5th slam dunk already, and we're not even halfway through the game yet. We just got 1:30 left here in the first half, and it's 31-9, and the Wolves are putting up a beating. Granberry out to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer loses it for a second, but gets it back. Granberry with a 3. And that will go in. And those are the shots. Those are the shots you got to take.
And those are the looks you got to have because he was wide open there.
Trenton Church goes up for 2 more there with a nice little layup. And Donchez tried to steal it there, but it'll go out of bounds. Into Granberry. Granberry out to Bryant. Bryant with the 3. Does not connect. Nicholson with the rebound out to Wasilk. Wasilk's got a 2-on-4 here. Let's see what he does. He's going to step back, hold some up. Donchez back to Wasilk. Wasilk into Church. Church goes up for 2.
Yeah, and that was a good backdoor cut by Church there because Ari Curtis seemed confused when Church came around and hit that layup.
Nice pick here from Ari Curtis, and that got him. Granberry into Bodenheimer. A nice pick there from Ari Curtis. Some of the fans not so happy, but from what I saw, that was clean.
Yeah, and that could be a way that the Dragons could get their offense going, keep the movement around, set picks, and get movement to get people the ball. And it resulted in this possession. Free throws for Dylan Bodenheimer.
And I would have to imagine Joel Schroeder has been working with these guys. I mean, he knows they were playing Clarkston, and he knows that Nicholson standing again at 7'1". But now you got guys like Bodenheimer, Jones, and Blackney in. What I think we need to start seeing is a pick down low on Nicholson to give Bodenheimer or Xander an open opportunity there to put up 2 more points. You know, a big misconception of basketball is I got to pick the defender who's on the ball, but you don't. You can pick anybody you want on the field or on the court. And it's a great strategy. I mean, it really is. You're opening that guy, and if the team's not working for that, I would assume Nicholson has to have some experience with guys setting to pick down low, considering, again, he's 7'1". But, you know, it's things like that. It's down low. It's, you know, picking out what players that you want to have the ball for the Dragons and what players you don't want to, you know, be playing defense on the ball, like Nicholson. Lawyer there with the long ball. Does not get it. That will be the end of the first half. It's 35-13. Wolves putting up quite a beating. But the Dragons, we've seen a couple of nice plays by them, but we're going to have to see a lot more if they're going to have an opportunity to come back here in the second half. But don't go anywhere. In less than 10 minutes, we will be back.
ONTV invites you to take part in our 10-week video production class. The class meets on Monday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and offers instruction on studio production, field production, and non-linear editing. Upon completion of the class, you get access to ONTV's facilities and equipment to produce your own programs or short film. The cost is $30 for Lake Orion residents, $60 for non-residents. For more information, give ONTV a call at 248-693-3377 or visit orionontv.org today.
And you are witnessing the contest between the Lake Orion Dragons and the Clarkston Wolves boys varsity basketball teams. Schrader, not so much of a great start for the Dragons. 35-13 here going into the third quarter. Let's talk about some of the first half stats. Let's start with points for the Wolves. The leading point scorers, Matt Nicholson, 17 points, technically be 8 of which, but 4 dunks. Quite a message to send. I mean, obviously, again, 7-1, but still, it's a very aggressive game, and he's obviously a fantastic, tall, great athletic player. Let's also talk about Fletcher Lawyer. He has 9 points for the Wolves, and moving on to the Dragons, leading scorer this evening for them is Malachi Granberry. He's at 6. A couple players to watch out for foul trouble. Xander Blackney and Ari Curtis both have 2, and on the Wolves, Nathan Steinman has 2 as well. But we're going to get started here in the third quarter with Silk to Lawyer to Nicholson. Xander tipped it to Wasilk. Granberry playing very aggressive defense. Wasilk still with the ball. And he finds Nicholson. Nicholson finds Lawyer underneath. Lawyer goes up. And he will be sent to the line for 2.
Yeah, and on that possession for Clarkston, they just kept fighting, and they ended up eventually netting them free throws.
So Lawyer will get his first. And he will not get his second. In and out. Boneheimer with the rebound to Granberry. Granberry now going to bring the ball to court. Let's see what he can do. Boneheimer now. Nice pick there from Cam Sutton. Boneheimer with Silk and Donchez do the old switch. McClear now with the ball. He finds Granberry up top. Granberry and Joel Shorter exchanging some words. Not sure what the play is. McClear now, guarded by Lawyer. Nice screen there from Dylan Boneheimer. McClear finds Granberry. Granberry has the open shot but doesn't take it. And he's going to go up and he's going to bounce it out, and it's going to be stolen by number 30 for the Wolves, Nathan Steinman. Lawyer going up, and he's just going to lay it in. A nice little finger roll there off the backboard. It's going to be 38-13. Granberry now calling out some plays, telling McClear to set some screens, set some picks, get out of the way. Granberry into Blackney. Blackney out to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer with a nice shot fake to McClear. That was going to be tipped off by Fletcher Lawyer.
Yeah, and for Lake Orion right now, they've been playing sloppy basketball in the second half. They had now a steal and some tip passes, which cannot be good if you want to even hang with Clarkston in a basketball game.
Granberry out to Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer out to Granberry. Granberry with a long ball. And he'll get it. 3 more points for himself. 38-16 here, just 2 minutes into the third quarter. And with Silk underneath, does not get it. Rebounded by Bodingheimer. Nice fast pace here, shift of momentum. Granberry. He finds Bodingheimer. Bodingheimer connects with Blackney. Blackney up top, guarded heavily by number 30, Steinman. But clear now. Intended for Sutton, little miscommunication there. Sutton took one step one way and then went the other.
Yeah, and that pass was thrown away. But for the Dragons, someone that I would have never expected to step up in this game is Malachi Granberry, who has come off and basically stepped up and has made a couple of, would you say, big threes for the Dragons?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Out to Steinman. Steinman with the long ball. Does not fall. But yeah, Granberry has 6 points, 2 threes. 9 points now. Making that 3 threes. Got an A in math if I do say so myself. Granberry now. Nice pick from Blackney and Sutton. Again, that double pick that I like to see. Blackney rolls down and Sutton rolls up. To Granberry. Nice pick there from Blackney. Another nice pick, and here comes the up top key shot, and it'll be a travel. Travel on Donchez. He comes down with it, and he's going to get a travel.
And what I saw within that possession from the Dragons was Nicholson was not in the paint, but up by the free throw line, which I think if you're the Dragons, you want him up there because that opens up more opportunities down low where he's not almost ball hawking in the paint.
Granberry on the floor, and that'll be a foul. That's going to be Granberry's second. With Silk now bringing the ball up the court. He finds Lawyer. Lawyer comes up, and there's a call here. Is that a foul on Bodingheimer? No. It'll be a charge. A charge on Lawyer. I didn't see that right away.
Yeah, but good on Dylan. That's his second charge he's gotten this game, which is good because it just stops Clarkston and it makes them almost think twice when driving to the lane.
Granberry almost loses it. McClear on the outside. He thought about the three. To Granberry. To Sutton again. Sutton now, tipped from Lawyer. Lawyer steals it, making their way up the court. Nicholson now. And nothing there. I want to point up a great heads-up play there from Nicholson. We got a foul there. Let's take a look at what Nicholson was doing. He had the ball and he was going full court. So naturally, what are the Dragons going to do? They're going to set up for a pick. So what does he do? He finds Steinman coming on the outside. You know, Nicholson, a very intelligent player. I mean, he doesn't just grab the ball and put it in the basket. I mean, he really thinks things out, and he's thinking, why would I try and get a charge here if I can get it to Steinman, for those extra 2 points and dish it out there at the last second.
Yeah, I think that's why he's going to Northwestern for a reason.
Exactly. It's there's a common misconception. If you're 7'1", you'll play somewhere, and that's true. You play somewhere, but it doesn't mean you'll necessarily play. You might just make the team and be a bench rider, but I do think Nicholson has a great future. And a nice block there from Ari Curtis, but Nicholson says, all right, try it again, I dare you.
Oh, and you see after the play there, Nicholson not having any of that from Granberry.
Another foul there from Steinman, his third of the game. Brennan Jones now coming in for McClear.
So the Dragons are putting a lot of height out there. They have now Curtis, Jones, and Bodingheimer all out there at the same time, which could be beneficial, but it also could hurt them as they can play right into Nicholson's hands.
And this is where I really want to see them utilizing that pick down low and trying to get Nicholson open. I'm sorry, trying to get whoever Nicholson's guarding open. Granberry to Boneheimer. Boneheimer to Curtis. Curtis to Bryant. Bryant with the long ball. Does not go in. A nice rush shot from him. And it will be Dragons ball here. Yeah, that was again, it was a rush shot from Bryant. He's just got to slow down a little bit, take his time. Quality, not quantity.
And he's a younger player. I think he has to get in the mindset of just, having the game come to him, not necessarily forcing shots.
Doesn't matter how many times you shoot the ball. If it doesn't go in, what good is it for you? Boneheimer now, and he's going to go up. Tipped from Nicholson, but stays in bounds. Bryant now again with the long ball. Does not get it. Rebounded by Wasilk. Wasilk bringing the ball to court. And he finds number 4, Mike DePillo.
I think that's a block on Boneheimer there.
Pillow down there. He gives it out to Wasilk. Out to Austin. Rebounded by Curtis to Granberry. Granberry calling something out now. To Boneheimer. Nice pick there from Brennan Jones. Boneheimer goes up. He'll do the old fadeaway, in and out. Rebounded by the Wolves. Wasilk's got a 1-on-2, and he's going to go up. And a foul there and one.
That was a great play by Wasilk, but for the Dragons, Nicholson is out. So I'm eager to see if they keep the same lineup of Boneheimer, Curtis, and Jones, if they can maybe exploit mismatches down low, even though Clarkston has Schurler still in the paint, who still has some size. He is 6'8", which is obviously not the same frame as Nicholson, but he still has some good length to him.
Now, they'll say 6'8", still one of the tallest players out there. Taller than any of the Dragons. And a nice shot there from Wasilk. Sutton and Boneheimer. Into Jones. Jones goes up, and he'll be fouled. My man, Jonesy.
Yeah, great play there to make sure, as he's going up for the layup, get some contact and getting some free throws, which could net points and maybe a momentum building block for the Dragons.
Jonesy does not get his first. And we got some entanglements there. Let's see who the foul is on.
I believe that is on Clarkston. Number 14, Zach Austin.
They called it a trip on him. Austin a little upset with it. He was on the ground already. Not sure if it was intentional or not, but regardless, he got called. Bryant now with the ball. He gives it to Sutton on the outside. Nice pick there from Curtis, and he got a moving pick there.
Yeah, and I think with some plays earlier with Curtis, he was kind of playing with fire a little bit because the pick he had in the first half, I believe in the second quarter, I think he was calling it close there too, and I think it was just a matter of time before he got caught with a moving pick.
Well, you know, one of the things that I was talking to Lake Orion's coach last year, Jim Manzo, about a pick was he goes, here's the deal with the pick. It's all about the guy with the ball. I mean, he's the one who makes a pick because the guy setting the pick just stands there, and is big. And, not saying Sutton didn't do a great job there, but in that situation, Sutton's the one responsible for running into that pick, right? Rubbing shoulders with your teammate to get that guy trapped behind, in that case, Ari Curtis. I think Ari just got a little happy and got a little early, went in a little hard. Sutton with the rebound there. to McClear. McClear to back to Sutton. And that's what you want to see right there. That's the pick that you're looking for. And a nice finish there. That's exactly what I was talking about. You saw Curtis was patient, and he was waiting for Cam Sutton. And what did he do? He rubbed elbows with Ari Curtis, and that's how you get around a pick, just like that.
Yeah, and that's all just to create space, in which Sutton converted on with that nice deep 2.
And the Dragons already have 7 fouls here in the second half. Luke Schuler making his way to the line. And he will get a second. Cam Sutton now. He finds Bryant. Bryant wants to take the 3. Out to Sutton. Sutton out to Bryant. Bryant with a nice shot fake. Out to McClear. McClear back to Bryant. Bryant to Sutton. And there's a nice pick there, I thought. Sutton again goes up, and that's what we got to see. That's what we got to see. That play right there. And McClear steals it, and he goes for the long ball, and it will not get there. But that's the end of the third quarter. Schrader, let's talk about some of the things that we've seen from the Dragons. Again, the score not necessarily where I want it to be, but I'm seeing improvement. And again, I get really excited when I call something and it happens exactly how I said it. That pick right there is a perfect example of improvement. I mean, we look at the first time, Ari Curtis had a questionable call in the second quarter. Then it happened again where he had another pick, and they called it. So what do? They go back to the correct way to do it. They let Cam Sutton make that play as opposed to Ari Curtis. And Ari Curtis just has to stand there, look pretty, and be big and make sure he doesn't get knocked down.
Yeah, and using the pick and roll, that just plays up to Cam Sutton's strengths, which are be quick in space and to use his ball handling skills to get open looks, in which he converted a couple of times in that late second or third quarter.
And, we Cam Sutton's been struggling a little bit here and there, but those are the plays that work, those bang plays. To me, I believe in a little bit of karma, and when you make a play, a really well play, in basketball, and you do everything correctly the way you're supposed to, and then you shoot the ball's going to go in most of the time, because I do believe in karma. You can't end a great play like that with not getting the basket in, but that's my opinion. And obviously sometimes that doesn't work. In fact, probably most times it doesn't work, but that's Teddy's philosophy tip of the day in basketball.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
That,
anytime. I'm going to write a book, too, if you want it.
Oh, I'll be the first one to buy it, Teddy. Yeah, both teams are getting back now. Eager to see what new lineup now for the Dragons.
Primarily the same as the starters.
Yeah, no Bryant back on the floor, though, for the Dragons.
Sutton to Granberry. Granberry to Sutton. To Blackney. Back to Granberry, and a foul, I believe, there on number 3, Cole Donchez.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a late whistle, but still the contact was there, and I'm eager to see what they're going to do with now, I think, what you might consider 2 explosive guards in Sutton and Granberry.
Sutton now has the ball up top. Nice pick there from Blackney. Sutton to Granberry. Granberry back to Sutton. Another pick here from Blackney. And a nice outside long shot. Does not go in. Rebounded there by Nicholson to Lawyer. And there's a pick there from Nicholson. Starting to play the old Dragons game. Nicholson with the ball. Out to Church. Church with the 3. Does not get it. Rebounded by Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton's going to run up the court. He's going to put the pressure on. He had 2-on-2, but he's going to slow it down now. Out to Granberry. Granberry finds McClear. McClear with the 3. And it goes in. It's going to fall.
I think those are the shots that the Dragons need. They need those nice open looks to get them back in this game, Teddy.
Nicholson responds with the 2 of his own. Granberry now. He tries to go from a reverse right-handed, left-handed layup, something or other. And Lawyer's going to capitalize on that. Granberry again bringing the ball up the court. He loses it for a second, but he gets it again. Double man pick here. Blackney underneath. And we got a foul there. Bodenheimer. Wow.
Cool play by Nicholas there. Just taking that one out of the air.
I think that would be goaltending if I say so, but of course I was after the whistle, so.
Just showing off his height there a little bit, I believe so.
Blackney will get the first. And he'll get the second. 50-25. The Wolves double the Dragons right now. With Silk. Out to Steinman. Down to Nicholson. Nicholson's got the double team. And we got a travel there from Isaiah Harris. Not the Isaiah Harris who played for the Dragons last year.
I was going to say, Teddy, a little double identity there.
Yeah. I didn't think it was him at first, and then I looked at his name, Isaiah spelled differently. You never know, someone could come back with an afro. McClear now. Out to Sutton. Sutton with the shot. Rebounded there by 30. Steinman. Back to Nicholson. And he's going to find Wasilk. Wasilk with the 3. Does not connect. Rebounded by Bodenheimer. Bodenheimer is going to find Granberry. Granberry's going to bring the ball up the court. And he's going to find Sutton. Sutton with the long ball. It's good.
What a terrific shot by Sutton as he was getting heavily contested there.
And McClear's going to steal that ball to Granberry. Granberry now. Granberry with a nice spin move there. He goes up. And Blackney tried to tip it in, but didn't get it. Nicholson comes down with it, and they're going to find Church. Church goes up for the right-handed layup.
Yeah, very easy there for the Clarkston Wolves. Just had Church just streaking down the court and had the opportunity for the easy layup.
And a timeout there from Joel Schroeder and the Dragons.
DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's DVD copies, 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060.
4 minutes, 28 seconds left here in the game. 52-28.
And here we see on the court for the Dragons, Mark Smith.
We were talking about that earlier. Is he going to get some playing time? And to answer the question, yes, he is.
Good to see the whole roster getting some minutes.
Granberry now guarded by Cole Wilson, his first time in the game. Bodenheimer is going to find Brennan Jones underneath. Out to Sutton. Sutton with the long ball. Rebounded by Nicholson. Basilk now bringing the ball up the court. And he's going to find Church. Church with the 3. Sutton with the rebound. Granberry now. Granberry here. Finds Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton into Boatingheimer. Mark Smith, he takes the long shot. No good.
Just short.
Boatingheimer tried to get the rebound there, but tipped it out.
And good to see Mark Smith with the confidence to be able to shoot that ball. Because I know when you're just coming off the bench after not being in the entire game, you might have to get some nerves, but good for him to just go up with the shot, see what happens.
With Silk there. To Wilson. Wilson, he's going to find 42. Blake Cozen, who gives it to Harris. Cozen's first time in the game, as well as Wilson's. Granberry now. He finds Smith. Smith out to Granberry. Granberry with the shot. It's raining threes.
He has been just on fire all game, hasn't he, Teddy?
He has. That's going to bring the deficit to 21, 52-31, just under 3 minutes left. Wilson's going to respond with a three of his own. You say jump, I say how high. Granberry now. And Sutton loses it with Silk here with the layup. And a timeout here from the Wolves, I believe, just for the substitution.
30-second timeout, Clarkston for substitution.
So that's going to be 25, Logan Forbes making his way into the game for the first time this evening. Granberry now guarded by Forbes to Jones. Ari Curtis. Cam Sutton. Granberry. And a foul there from 15 on the Wolves, Isaiah Harris. I'm sorry, not on him. Jump ball. I apologize. Cole Wilson now. And a foul there from Cam Sutton.
Second foul, Green. Sutton is first, team's 8.
So that's going to send Wilson to the line as the Dragons are still in the bonus with 8 fouls. I'm sorry, that would mean the Wolves are in the bonus because the Dragons have 8 fouls.
They're shooting some free throws here.
Wilson gets the first.
And for the Dragons, I like to see how they're still playing hard, even though there's only 2 minutes left in the game. You want to see that from your young team. You always want to see the fire and the passion to play the full entire game and not give up on the game, even though you're down by a lot of points.
Wilson 2 for 2 at the line. Granberry now got just under 2 minutes. To Sutton. Sutton with the jumper and a foul there.
Clarkson's number 2, Cole Wilson, whistle. His first personal on the team's 8. Sutton at the line.
Sutton gets the first. And the second. 59-33. A minute 45 left to go in this game, this contest between the Clarkston Wolves and the Lake Orion Dragons. Cozen with the three, does not get it. Rebounded by 25, Logan Forbes. Sutton here. He finds Granberry. And Ari's ready. Ari Curtis ready for that pick. There you go. Granberry now. He finds Curtis up top. Who finds Sutton, who finds Granberry. And a shot there from Granberry, and there will be a foul.
And for Granberry, that's terrific. He keeps going up with his shot. It has worked for him almost the entire game, and now he's getting the line to add more points to his stats. And overall, this is probably the best game he's had so far throughout his time because the increase of minutes for Granbury, I think allowed him to really play his game, his style, and his shot, which has fallen a lot. And although it doesn't mean a lot for the Dragons right now as they're down by 25, it could be still a building block for him going on not only later in the season, but throughout his time here at Lake Orion playing basketball. And he's going to shoot his third. It's up and good. Clarkston inbound ball to number 2, Cole Wilson. Wilson's going to cross half the court, heavily guarded by Sutton there.
You see a nice pick there. And a block there from Brennan Jones. Harris with the shot. Cozen with the rebound. Cozen goes up. Does not get it. Rebound in there from Wilson. Wilson tries to go up again. A nice rebound there from Ari Curtis. He's going to turtle it to Granbury. Granbury finds Sutton. Sutton, I would assume, going for the 3, but he's going to go from the jumper at the elbow. He gets 2 more.
And that's just his game, Teddy. Using his speed, his little quickness, and getting that quick shot off, which netted him a nice mid-range shot.
Goes in there with a 3. Didn't get it again. Rebounded here by Granbury and a foul called.
Clarkson's number 2, Wilson, is called for his second foul. Team's 10.
And for Lake Orion, Teddy, do you have any takeaways that they could use from this game to maybe build on for the rest of their season? Because they're not in a very good spot right now, but I think they still have a lot of room to grow because they have a lot of young players on this varsity team, and that could probably mature and grow later in the years.
There are 2 things I've seen in today's game that I really like and I want to see continue on. That being, I want to say a man-to-man, but not because there's a double trap or a double coverage down low against a guy like Nicholson. When you have a center who's that talented, that tall, that strong, that athletic, you sometimes have to double team him, which is something I like. The other thing I want to say I like is on offense, they've been utilizing the double team. Let's say, you got Bodenheimer and Sutton. They go over there for the double pick. They got the double pick right there, and both of them roll in opposite directions. And so you can say, do I want to look for the bigger guy like Bodenheimer going down low to the basket, or do I want to see Cam Sutton who's taking a couple steps back for that outside 3?
And that play has been effective for the Dragons. It almost seems like it was one of their biggest advantages that they used in this game.
And that's just going to do it here. But, yeah, I would definitely say that's a big takeaway. I mean, if we look at Clarkston, they're a very talented team. And if I'm Joel Schroeder, I'm going back, and I'm not going to tell my guys, look, you guys played like garbage, because they didn't. They had some really good plays, and those are the things that you need to highlight for some confidence going into the rest of the season. And as for Clarkston, obviously, they played great. They continue or extend their record to 11-1. The Dragons 4-8 after this game. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think I'm eager to see how both seasons finish out for each team.
Absolutely. Today's presentation is a copyrighted presentation of Orion Neighborhood Television and Dragon Broadcasting. Once again, the final score, Clarkston 59, Lake Orion 38. On behalf of our entire crew and my partner, Adam Schrader, I'm Teddy Hershio. We'll see you next time.